Good afternoon, everyone. Go ahead and start. Give people a chance to come in. We'll kind of address again what's in the title, some of the Kiely Rodni information that had came out or has been coming out, or at least questionable. Some of the stuff that's been going on. And then I know Eliza Fletcher is another case that's kind of big right now. More stuff is coming out about, I believe it's Cleotha is how you pronounce his name. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Abston. So I did do like a pre-reading where I was going to start her reading, but Saturday morning before I could do it, she had already been found. So I guess I was going to kind of share some of what I got if y'all are interested in that. And then if y'all have any questions, we can go over those questions for Eliza or Kiely. But I know that Sammy's lawyered up since I think it was like last week or a couple days ago. People are asking about someone named James. I'm not aware of anybody named James. Again, I haven't really looked into too much, so people have questions about somebody named James being involved. That was also a question. Someone also brought up the name Nathan, so I don't know. Hey, Tara, how are you? I'm just going over some of the stuff I wrote down. Sorry, I sound like monotone today, but how are you doing? I haven't heard of it. Well, I heard of a James from a couple people, but I don't know how he ties into it. I don't know if he was just at the party because I thought they said they thought Kiely might have been secretly dating him, or maybe this was another guy that they could have been, I guess, having a disagreement about with her and Sammy. I'm not sure. But somebody else had brought up the name James. And so, again, I'm not sure, though, about any James. I did bring the deck, and I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's over there. Will you grab me that deck right there, please, on your way back? But do you have any questions, though, with some of the... I know you get to watch some of this stuff more, Tara, like the longer... Yeah, you can bring both. Some of the longer videos. We're doing good. Just getting stuff situated. Grab the kids to McDonald's, which was really cool. Amy from the channel, she was behind us in McDonald's and she messaged me. She was like, oh my God, we're behind you. I saw your sticker on your car. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. So if Amy gets to watch this, hello, Amy. It was nice to see you at McDonald's. So that's the first time I ever had anybody be like, hey, I'm behind you. So that was cool. But yeah, again, I just know Sammy lawyered up. There's questions about James, the tow truck driver, which I don't think is James. Two different people, I believe. But it's James, the tow truck driver, and someone. I got a Nathan, and then someone else brought up that they got a Nate, and that there was a Nathan there, possibly. So we'll see. And then as far as Eliza Fletcher, I'm just going to, like I said, I had it written out to do that Saturday morning when I woke up. But when I woke up and I looked it up if they had found her yet, they already did. So I'd kind of marched through it because, she had already been found. So I'm trying to think of where the main words that she had mentioned were. Oh, keywords. So she did say it was planned in the sense from his part. Again, now that we are finding out more about him, I did get that she had put, that it wasn't his first time, like 2 to 3 others. Now, I know he was supposed to be arrested and went to jail and was in jail for like 20 years or something, I believed it was. And then he was released. But I don't know how many convictions or people he got caught kidnapping or, because I know it was attempted murder, I believe was the 20 years ago with the kidnapping. But they did point out that she was not the only one that he's done this to. There was more, at least 2 to 3 more. So that's what she gave out. She said school, but she was running around the school. I've heard she was found around a school, and then I heard she was found around an apartment complex. So again, she just said like the keyword was poorly hidden. Again, and it was just a bridge. And she said, so early they knew. So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like he drove that route pretty much on a regular basis to see. I thought I read where it happened a couple months before to somebody, but I'm not sure. So if you have any input that you want to give on any of those as far as Sammy getting a lawyer. I don't think you saw the tow truck video.
No, I didn't see the tow truck video, but by him getting a lawyer itself.
No, Sammy's a girl.
Or her, sorry.
Yeah, Sammy's with Kiely.
So, yeah.
We're with Kiely there.
Yeah.
Okay, so but her parents, I think her parents are lawyers. Okay, so that's what I kind of heard. She was taken from the school and then found by the building. I got poorly hidden, so again, I don't know how they found her. So that's something else. I mean, y'all can weigh in on if y'all know how she was found. So but other than that, like I said, I haven't gotten too much. And I know they pretty much arrested him pretty soon. So do you want to look into any of these? Do you want to look into why Sammy's getting? Yeah. If she's worried, or if she's just doing it for protection. Obviously, if her parents are
lawyers, it's kind of
common sense. You want to almost say.
Yeah.
But I heard that Sammy put the party together. That's something else that I read. I don't think Sammy's 21 either, though. If I remember right. But either way, they were saying that they thought Sammy put the party together. She's the one that organized it. So they were saying, like, it's kind of like the same thing as if, like, you were going to a bar and keep serving someone underage. So basically, Sammy was serving up. That's what my understanding is, that she set the party up. All that stuff was there. So, yes, they were consuming drugs, things like that. I did get shrooms. I'll say that. People asked, what I thought she took. I think that she showed me the Alice in Wonderland where the caterpillar sitting on the mushroom cap with the little hookah thing. So I'm going to say shrooms were very much a part of that party. I'm not guaranteeing that she did it, but it was something that was there, that was heavily being done, I feel like. So.
I mean, just for that alone, it shows that there's
Well, I'm saying is
a lot going on for a younger age.
People. Well, I'm just saying, like, as big as the party was, they're saying that she was the one that hosted it. So for her being the one that invited everybody there, hosted it, paid for whatever was going on, what alcohol things would be there. She was letting minors have it. So therefore, it's like if you serve someone who's a minor at the bar's responsible. No.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so that's why they're saying the parents probably lawyered up because it was Sammy's party. Well, again, I don't know if that's confirmed or not, though.
That makes sense. Because whoever is serving the drink, it's in according to
you want to know if Sammy, is. Well, and alcohol too, because I don't think anybody there was of age to drink, but everybody was. Yeah, and other stuff. I don't know if shrooms are legal in Colorado, but
no.
I know pot is, but I don't know if shrooms are.
No, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I would think that's totally different. So Tara wants to know though if Sammy is being questioned by law enforcement and got a lawyer or just got one for protection in general. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna use the steampunk tarot for that one, actually, Tara. And we haven't used it in a long time.
Used it in a while,
yeah. Well, the reason I want to use this one because it was planned. Whether it be the party or the way it was, done towards the end, but it was planned. It wasn't just this complete accident. Nobody reacted the way it should.
Like before the party, or like
I think the confrontation was kind of there already and existed already. I don't think it was expected to go to that extent, but once it happened, again, the neglect part of it is what comes as all the alcohol, all the drugs, all the underage, all the encouraging. It said that they were supposed to have like some kind of fighting party too there.
Like a fight night?
Like a fight club.
I got you.
Like they were all going to box each other because somebody said that a text message had boxing gloves in it. And apparently like they're showing pictures where Sammy has Band-Aids all over her knees from like when she's asked.
Yeah.
So, you like the steampunk? Yeah, it's a good one. I haven't used it in a while. I used it a lot in the beginning. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with Sammy, if she's been questioned at all so far, and if that had anything to do with her lawyering up. And welcome as y'all come in the room. It says there's 8. Tara's the only one talking with Chief, but welcome if y'all are here. If y'all are here to just listen, that's cool too. Welcome. But if y'all have any questions, just let me know. And Chief and I will be happy to give you our spiritual stance, and you can take it or leave it. So let's go ahead and see. Has Sammy been questioned already by the cops in the sense of why she lawyered up? Yes, I do think she has. Knight of Swords comes in. They come in pretty quick. Those are going to be your legal actions. So that's going to be your police, your first responders, things like that. They come in. They want information. They want it quickly. And they usually don't bullshit around it. So It's going to be coming in and being questioned to me pretty hard. Communication, pulling phone records, pulling pictures, pulling videos, pulling all those things. Because I think she said that there was a lot of people taking pictures and videos, but they're saying there are no pictures or videos. So yeah, she is being heavily questioned. And again, her obtaining a lawyer would also be that kind of energy, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, because it is justice, energy. But let's go ahead and see what else. So yeah, they're questioning her, but they're also taking like earthly items that they might need. Again, that would be phones, computers, anything they can seize that they can look at and say, okay, this is what we think was going on. So she's kind of being by both sided. So yes, I do think that she has been questioned, and they do tell her this doesn't look right. So again, she has the two parents. It is a man and woman, ironically enough, who step forward and kind of make this move forward. So I think it is their plan in the sense to keep her safe from whatever could possibly happen. But I do think that they have questioned her. Yeah, because I think there's a lot more. I think they have a lot of people's electronics, to be honest. I think they're I think they're coming to the point.
These younger kids, they're video recording everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that she said originally, I'm not sure if I get it wrong, Tara. I know you've watched most of it, or anybody else who's watching. I'm pretty sure she said that at first, like, oh, everybody's recording and having fun and taking pictures and then when it came time to show the pictures, nobody had pictures. It was just, So, the Four of Cups is like trying to like want to get out of something or have an idea of something that you want, but you're not really paying attention to the things that kind of fell off at the wayside because of what you did. You do see that skull up there. So it's kind of being envious and wanting what you don't have and kind of sacrificing that by letting go of the things you do have. So it's kind of like, again, I do feel she was kind of jealous of her and always kind of envying maybe that energy. And with the Six of Wands, it's not in reverse. This is not a victorious situation for her in the end. So we can look further into that because I know, Tara, you were getting that maybe she would get questioned and possibly arrested, but maybe let go. I know it was something like that, possibly let go. So she does have the Six of Wands in reverse, which would show no victory, no movement forward with the situation from her end. So we can kind of see why that's in reverse. Yeah, so it's like the Nine of Pentacles comes out. So it's kind of like wanting that independent freedom of kind of coming back to what you want to do on your own and kind of not having to really answer anything. But she still has the death cycle in reverse. So what do you think?
Personally, I haven't.
Do you think the death cycle in reverse is the ending of the situation for her? Or you think it's the ending of her trying to hide the situation?
Ending of her trying to hide the situation.
So I'm going to pull more on death to see why death is in reverse for Sammy. Why is death in reverse for Sammy? Because she has a Six of Wands and death in reverse. So I don't really see how that's going to be. Yeah, it's almost like she's going to work really hard to get out of this somehow. Eight of Coins. She might do a little bit of time. Maybe a little bit. Or maybe they're going to have her long enough to where it's like, because the Eight of Pentacles is like doing like your due diligence.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, like doing your due diligence, but it takes a while to get there. So rather the investigation it obviously is moving slow because this was August 6th it happened. I know they didn't find her till 2 weeks later. But by now you have a little bit more like answers. Like there doesn't seem to be very much of anything. So yeah, I think she'll give others up. That could also be
why she lured up.
Yeah, well, why she also has a Four of Cups? Because she could say, well, Mags, this person and this person also knew about it. They did it too. You know what I mean? And that's where there's no victory moving forward. Because they showed where Mags and Sammy had matching necklaces on. So they didn't claim they weren't really, they didn't say they weren't best friends, but if I have a matching necklace, it's going to be with like, close. Yeah, it's going to be with like you or like Tara or one of my best friends or something like that. So, yeah, they were wearing matching necklaces, and then Mags gave that whole story about the beginning, and then all of a sudden she passes Kiely off to Sammy, and the story goes haywire. So I think Mags and Sammy had somewhat to do with each other in the beginning. So, yeah, Nine of Cups is also in reverse for Sammy in this situation. So, yeah, she'll probably give up other people because that would be dumping out numerous other things. This way, it'd be like almost getting away with it, kind of celebrating it with those people. This way, it's the opposite. And again, there was a lot of drinking, so cups represent, overindulgence, partying, things like that. And that's actually what the Nine of Cups usually also is.
Spilling the beans.
Yeah, so she's gonna, and that's what she.
Well,
that's what Tara's saying. She thinks she's gonna spill the cups, the beans on everybody, and that's kind of saying, yeah, Nine of Cups. So there is a woman there controlling. She's kind of releasing it, like letting it go. So it's not something. And again, that's 2 8s now. So maybe 8 other people's names she'll give up, or 8 people will get information from. But do you have any other questions about Sammy though, Tara? And like what might happen or the. I'm just surprised her parents let her talk that much before they told her to get a lawyer.
Yeah, right.
Like she was drowning.
Yeah, especially with her
she was drowning herself in them interviews. She
already knew better.
Well, I guess because the family was backing her up, but still. She was making a fool out of herself. That's what Tara said. Yeah, she was. She was constantly contradicting herself. And even one of the interviews I watched, she said, I was dry. And then she says, like, in the passengers, like something like that. But it was like, I was dry. And then right in the middle of her saying, I was driving. Yeah. She stopped herself because she wasn't supposed to be driving. Mm-hmm. She had already said she hadn't been. Mm-hmm. So she stopped herself mid-sentence. Yeah, it's contradicting.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Telling on yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
She forgot. Yeah, did you hear that interview? I don't know if you did, Tara. I don't remember which one I saw it under, but yeah, she was in the car or something when she was doing an interview, and she's just smiling away. You know what it kind of reminded me of? That Alexis Sharkey's friend, whenever she got murdered by her husband, and I know like they never connected anything to it, but it was so odd that they gave like these interviews, had no emotions, they were laughing and joking and all this stuff, and it's like, this must be your best friends who were just like murdered or had these horrible deaths, and y'all are in there like laughing and joking. Again, I'm not judging too much in the sense that everybody reacts differently, but I don't know if I'd be that. I'd probably be monotone if anything. I don't know. Pretty monotone on a normal basis. Yeah, I forgot what her friend, it was like Tanya or something like that. I did a video on it because I thought it was so weird. Like in the sense that I'm like, no, because she said they were best friends from like childhood. I've had a best friend since childhood, and no, I don't even think I would have gone on camera. If I did, I wouldn't have been like that happy, like within like a week of it happening. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would be probably a little bit tearful, or that's what I'm saying. But again, everybody handles it different. So, and nothing was ever put on her as far as her having anything to do with it. So she's innocent to my knowledge of everything. But what about Eliza's case, though? Tara, did you get any chance to look into Eliza's case yet? Eliza Fletcher? I said I wrote through the reading because usually when I do readings and people are found, I'll draw through it. So when she was found that morning, I kind of went ahead and marked it out. I have some other ones I'm going to do pretty soon. I have a serial killer that I want to do, Tara, that I thought you would like to. He had killed more than 300 people. And nobody knows where he is for the last 20 years. Almost kind of like he had the 20 years where he was in jail for 20 years. And he had murdered like 300 people and they knew it then. A little bit different from Eliza's in the sense that I think he was in jail for one kidnapping, one. But the point is, he was in jail for 300 murders, and because he got out on good behavior 20 years into his sentence, and no one knows where he's been for the last 20 years. So I thought that was an interesting case to do. So I'm going to be doing that one just because I thought it was something interesting to share because you really don't hear a bunch about him. Trying to see what page I was just on there. Sorry, I need to use like a bookmarker. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and then I thought about the Amityville ones. What did you think about that?
Yeah, the two families.
Yeah, because there's two different ones. I think I told you about it, Tara, the Amityville horror ones I want to do. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Like, if someone's in jail for killing 300 people and half of them were young girls, and then he's like, and he went into jail. Like, I'm just gonna say the quote, and then like that's why like what he said was like, it was like, oh my gosh, like how could y'all let him out? Like he even said he couldn't wait till he got out to do it again. So he said the moment of death is is enthralling and exciting. Only those who actually kill know what I mean. When I'm released, I will feel that moment again. And he got out on early release, on good behavior.
Yeah.
And no one knows where he's been for 20 years. And then he always said that he looked for all of his victims during the day. He preferred to see them in the daylight and for them to see him so he could have a better view of them when they died. He enjoyed looking into their eyes and watching the life leave their body as he choked them out. He even claimed to have tea parties with them, and he would sit them up and talk with them.
Yeah.
So that's one that we have coming, y'all. I thought that would be interesting. Yeah, and that's what I was telling, and kind of like Tara saying, like Tara and I are on the same track mind. That's what I pretty much told him. I was like, okay, so before I even so much wrote it, hey, Haley, how are you? Oh, I know you're always working, but thank you for stopping in and saying hi. It's nice to see you, and tell your mom I said hi. And again, whenever y'all are ready to chat, just let me know. Just message me, and we'll get together. But I hope you have a good, easy day at work. But yeah, I was telling him when I was looking into, that's what I said. I mean, I felt like he had probably, that's what I said. I don't know for sure if there was another girl almost taken or was kidnapped in that area a couple of weeks before, but I feel like there was, or there's somebody who said that they were almost taken, like around where Eliza was taken. So yeah, I told him, I was like, whoever it is, it's not their first time doing it. They circled that area for a while. It was sloppily done. Their guide said it was sloppy. And then I saw where supposedly like he didn't even have on the right shoes and his shoes fell off, and that's how they found his DNA. He was wearing flip-flops or something when he took her and his shoes fell off. So they ran the DNA off the shoe, and that's how it connected to him. So it's like I think he was used to doing it. I think it was an impulse of like, am I going to do it now? Or am I going to, but it was for whatever reason, she pulled to him.
Yeah.
Or he pulled, vice versa.
Yeah.
But that was unfortunate too, obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to have a tea party with them. I wouldn't either.
No.
And especially Tara, not to be like even more. These girls were between the age of 8 and 12. 150 of them. So that's why I was like, damn, that's creepy. And what was more kind of odd about it really was I think he would set them up, like the tea party, and then bring the other girls. So like, could you imagine?
Yeah. Like
having with some weird freak to begin with who's like that, and then he walks you up to a tea party with 2 other children sitting there.
Yeah.
And then he said, like, after he would bury everybody again.
Yeah.
So it was really, yeah. And I don't know how I haven't heard more about him. Like, he makes Ted Bundy look like a punk. Yeah, they let him go. He made all those statements before he went into jail. And they let him out on good behavior after 20 years.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
But it might have been the country, too, but still.
But yeah, regardless.
I'm just saying, I watched one thing in this one murder case. This girl, like, horribly killed her mom. And, like, women couldn't be prosecuted for murder, period. So she walked, pretty much, because you couldn't even prosecute women in this place. And I'd never even heard of that.
Yeah, I never heard
I have to look that case up, too. You know, Tara, I was telling Chris that I think he is alive, possibly still. But I think he's, like, gone. Mentally, yeah. I think he killed people once he's been out. Definitely, yeah. I think for the first 10 years to maybe 15, because he's 73 right now. So I think probably within the last 5 to 10 years, he's had a mental decline to where he's not able to kind of like the Golden State Killer when they found him. Like, I don't know if he was already, I don't even know if he's alive still now, but I'm just saying like how decrepit he looked at though, you know, like he was just like this frail old man, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think he is now. No, I haven't done a killing. You know, I want to do the killing fields, but there's so many murders individually. I kind of want to pick up the area alone. And actually, Tara and I were talking about that. So maybe like when Gus, if that's something y'all are interested in, I would really like to go to the killing. We're only like 20 minutes from the killing fields. So for me, like, I think it would be super cool to go out there and read in the killing fields.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Because you're going to pick up the energy.
See what you feel, yeah.
I think Tara has like a little EVP box on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and Gus can save us if we freak out. So, but I thought going to the actual killing fields and picking up the energy there, doing some of the readings there, and then kind of maybe doing EVP separately there would be kind of fun. You know, again, it would have to be in the dark though, because that's the best timing you're gonna get. Well,
I know.
I think we should go. I think that would be a really interesting. I've been wanting to do the killing fields for over a year, obviously, because like you know, like we said,
3 a.m.
we're so close. Yeah, we should go at 3 a.m. 3:33.
3:33. Guess won't let you have a
He won't let you have one.
Mm-mm.
That's no fun. We'll sneak one. I'll put one on my phone. Everyone I download doesn't work. So, oh, and there was another case that someone asked me about too. Hi, Amber. You want to watch the killing fields too? Yeah. So what kind of questions would you have, Amber, for the killing fields? Because that's the thing. The killing fields is more than one person. That's a given. I mean, a lot of people go, oh, it's the same person. No, the killing fields were like between 4 to 5 murderers who dropped people. Now, there was one who most of them were probably his, about 10 to 15 of them. But the other ones, it was already a dump site. So it was kind of like, if I dump them here, maybe I won't get blamed because there's like 15 other bodies here. You know what I mean? Like so I don't want to say completely copycat, but the area is just a dumping area. So I do believe there was at least 4 to 5 murders at that total that dumped the bodies in the killing fields. But if you have any specific questions for the killing fields, again, just drop it. Let me know, because again, there's so many people that have been left there. It's almost like you kind of just want to read the energy of the area.
Yeah,
because I mean, the people will come out individually because there's so many.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get answers from all different kind of people. It's gonna be like an over. Yeah, it's gonna be like a flood of it. So. Like how many people are connected completely, like in the murders? Yeah. So again, I'm picking up more 4 to 5. I know. I don't even know. I had written it down, but again, I started Laura Kate Smithers and Jessica Kane, and then I realized I actually already did Laura Kate Smithers like 2 years ago. So I can't remember his name though. If you look up Laura Kate Smithers and Jessica Kane, he's been arrested for their murders, and he admitted, I think, to 5 other ones, maybe a little bit more, that he dumped in the area. So he for sure, and I think he just died too. And I don't know where I put the paper. I think it might be over there. Will you look on the floor for me real quick?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, here it is. William Reese is his name. And he killed Laura Kate Smithers, Jessica Kane, and I want to say her name was Katie Cox, but I'm not sure. So if I'm wrong about that, then I apologize. But I do know her last name was Cox, C-O-X. But I think it was Katie. I'd have to look it up. I didn't get to finish when I was looking up this one. But William Reese, 62, he returned to Texas to face for the murder of all the young girls in the late 90s. He was on death row as of August 2021. So maybe he's not dead. I don't know. Like I said, again, I didn't finish, as you can see. But either way, he's on death row. But I'm pretty sure he died already. I don't know where the other part to this is. I ripped them out. Laura Kate Smithers, I was like... That's what I said. I didn't do a very good job. Laura Kate Smithers. Okay, so Laura Kate Smithers was abducted April 3rd, 1997 from Friendswood. She was 12 years old. She was jogging that morning when she was abducted. And I was the same age as her. So that's why I remember being like really like, oh my gosh. So I followed the whole thing until they found her. And then my sister was closer to Jessica Kane's age around that time when that happened. So I remember her being kind of more interested in that. So that's why I was kind of hyper focused on those two. And then there was, I said again, another girl with the last name Cox. You know, I thought it was so sad in the sense that these young girls, you know, like kind of like I said about this other serial killer, the girls were aged from 8 to 12, like 2/3 of his murders or 1/3 of his murders and stuff like that. And it's like, they're so young. Not that anybody, you know, at any age should have to be through that, but at the age 12, you know, could you imagine just going for a run and being abducted? Yeah, I'm trying to remember how many though, but I think it was just the 3. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get to finish writing it down because I was going to do it as a series. And again, I was going to get with Tara to see if you wanted to go over there with me. But I actually did keywords too for killing fields. I got lands, portal, evil, pulling, magnetic, stuck, thick, sacrifices, dark, even in daylight. I thought that was interesting that they said dark, even in the daylight. I don't know who said that, but it was a little bit creepy. Like, it gave me chills. Like, it still kind of gives me chills, that part. Because it's like they sectioned it off. Yeah, it was creepy. That's what I'm saying. If you even pull it in long enough, it feels creepy. That's why I'm like, we need to have some tea before we go out there, Tara. It'll be very scary. But yeah, there's another request too that I got for a girl's to murder too, where I do think someone was convicted. Schilling was her last name. I think it's Kelsey Schilling. So I'm gonna get to that one too. She was murdered again. I don't think they've ever found her body though, so I don't know if they know how exactly, but I do know someone was convicted for it. So we'll be doing that. So I'm going to start doing a lot more cases. I also have finally set up for personal readings on my Facebook page, the links, if y'all are interested in that. Because again, people will message me kind of for private readings through the message area. So that's set up now on the Facebook page where you can do that. And then I will also add that email to the about section here from now on if y'all want to start doing private readings again, because I'm going to get back to those now that I've kind of had time to get everything else balanced and what I want to continue on with as far as like the Etsy, a different store, things like that. But does anybody else have any questions about anything? Oh, thank you, Tara. You're awesome to read for. It always makes it easier to have a nice, excited person to read for. Right. You know, open-minded. You're pretty good though too, Tara. Like, you don't even use your cards. You just like use your 8-ball on your phone and you got it.
Yeah,
like,
you're still right.
That's the, yeah, you've been right every time with that 8-ball. I said, well, we all know your dad helps you on that one.
Pops is there.
Yeah, but that 8-ball, I trust that 8-ball more than I trust my gut at this point. Because you even asked that about Sammy, if she was going to lawyer up. Right, and she did. Right in front of us, you asked us. And she, goddamn, if that 8-ball wasn't like, yep.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like your dad's giggling.
Yeah, right.
Like, you could feel like a tummy laugh.
Emily.
Like, hey, Emily. I think it was personal reasons. I don't feel he was hired, only because when they released for like the reward, I know it was so close to when her body was found, but if it would have been for that, I do think they would have. Again, I'm going to go ahead and look into it just to see what we get, because I do think, again, I think it was planned in the sense that he was used to making this kind of route, I guess, if you want to call it that. He would do this pretty regularly. I think sometimes he would get the balls to actually take the person, and sometimes he didn't. And you can clearly see that he wasn't dressed, you know, as far as his shoes falling off, things like that. Okay. But no, I think this dude's been a criminal his whole life. I don't think it's going to stop. That's why I said, I told him that. I was like, I think he's already, if he hasn't already actually murdered 2 or 3 other women, he's attempted to. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely at least kidnapped or almost tried to kidnap them. He's
got a rap sheet.
Yeah, he's got a rap sheet. But in this area alone, like, I think he has been circling that school for months. I would say 6 months at least. He just really liked her. I think he found her attractive.
Yeah, one on one.
Yeah, and I don't think he, which I don't know why you wouldn't think that there's cameras on the streets these days, but I don't think he thought where he stopped, that the camera was going to be there. But again, like his shoes fell off, things like that. Especially too, because if he was hired, he should be smart enough to know don't wear shoes that fall off your feet.
Yeah, especially.
So we'll go ahead and kind of see though. But again, I do feel like it was for own personal motivation and attraction. Yeah, so it's like the Hanged Man. So it's like he knew what he was doing. So this way, it's kind of like not really knowing what you're doing it out of force from somewhere else, kind of something like that. But this way, it's kind of like you're enlightened on what you're doing. You're doing it. He's pretty much got his hands up in the air. It's almost like kind of a little bit celebrating that situation. And Ace of Wands is on the bottom. So Ace of Wands on the bottom is movement. So it's very much what he did. It's a big movement, what he did. He literally, and fire is movement. So it's like moving. Physically. So he got out of the car. I heard there was a bit of a struggle, pushed her in. So that would have been a big movement. Ace of Wands to bring her in. That's fire energy. Yeah, I do think it's a weird coincidence at first. I did that she was an heiress, but I don't think very many people knew, to tell you the truth. Now, I know they took some stuff from the house that was supposed to be some garden shears, a laptop, and then a car was taken. But I don't know if they ever said about anything about that yet. So I'm going to keep looking to see if I see any pentacle energy come out, because that would show me for hire, kind of like what your question is. But again, I kind of feel like this is just him. And he's done it. See, there's that, though. So you do have a 9 of Pentacles at the end. So that is money in the near future. So I will look further into the 9 of Pentacles. Now, I don't know if he was single in general, but it also shows the 10 of Wands, wanting to lay down something and wanting to make a movement. So, but again, I don't really feel still it was for money. I feel like this is something he did.
I think it was more of just a fatal attraction.
Yeah, I think she just happened to have money, because I heard she had just came into it too. Sorry, my kids wanting to join in on the conversation. So 5 of Wands. So again, I feel like this is just an energy that was built up within him. But I'm going to look at it a little bit longer, because I have the time to assess the reading, not like being on the phone where it's like 5 minutes and I have to hurry up and get it done. So, let me see why the 9 of Pentacles is with the 5 of Wands for the near future. Why is the 9 of Pentacles? Yeah, I don't think it was for that, because the Tower is in reverse. So if it were to be for the money, it would be collapsing that whole foundation, breaking it down to get what you want. So it was a Tower moment, the situation, but I don't think it connected to money for him. I think it connected to personal enjoyment for him, unfortunately, because he's sick like that. Because now he's kind of like in a 5 of Cups. So this is just like feeling sorry for yourself, regretting but this is regret for him, because now he's caught. It's not regretting what he did to her. It's regretting and feeling sorry for himself that he got caught and was sloppy. But again, he seems pretty sloppy in general. I mean, I don't know how long he had been out of jail before this happened. I know they said he was in jail for 20 years, but I don't know how long he had been out before. But it doesn't feel like long. Like, I feel like almost as soon as he got out, he kind of started the whole routine. Whether he was in that area or not, he started it other ways, is what I feel like. Sorry. So let's see if we can get a little. He got out. So it was 2020. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, because I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I didn't see what year he got was incarcerated. Like I said, again, I know he was supposed to be 18 when it happened, and that was actually another big debate on a news channel I saw today about how some woman was like, oh, well, this makes it, harder for other people to get out. He was in jail, I'm pretty sure, for kidnapping and attempted murder. So, I don't think 20 years is that long, whether you're 18 years old or not, especially because I'm pretty sure it was a stranger then too. So that means you're just going to steal anybody for any reason and murder anybody. Not that like you should ever have a reason, but usually it's like people know them. It's usually like their wives. There's, they're pregnant. There's a reason that's usually something that it's always somebody they know. So if you're going to go after somebody you don't know, you're just a predator. And that's what he was, So I don't understand it. I think he was high too. I think he was high. That's what I think. Why I said I think he just, and I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like he had been building it up. And I think he thought she was going to be easy to grab. And I think he was high on something because who's up at that time, anyways, unless you are doing something like that. But most of the time, if you're doing something like that, you are doing other things that are going to make you not of the right mind. Well, I got that too, Tara. She said sloppy. Or somebody, I say she, but guides say sloppy. And does anybody know if she was poorly hidden? Because I got poorly hidden. So I don't know if he literally just left her on the ground or because I also got like ditch or like puddles. Because like where we live, if it rains, it'll kind of be standing water in some areas. And then, or there'll be low ditches from it. So I don't know if that was around the complex area at all or the building. But was she just kind of like out in the open? Like, did he not even try to cover her body? Because I feel like he didn't even try to cover her body. Because like I said, she said sloppily hidden. Again, I wish I could find it now. Chief walks off when I can't find stuff. It's annoying. Oh, here it is. Okay. There it is. Sorry. Poorly hidden. Poorly hidden. So she kept saying poorly hidden. She said so early they knew. So that, again, means to me he was driving around that area all the time. He scouted it. And then not the first. Hi, baby. I see that. And then she said not the first.
W.
Are you going to show them your book?
W.
Wow.
We make a six. Let's make a little square.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I felt like I wasn't even hidden. That's why when I was like, I was going to do the case a couple days before and I pulled my back or something. So I woke up like at 5 that morning on Saturday and I was like, I think they found her already. So like I Googled it before I started to do the reading. Cause of course you do the reading and people are like, oh, well, it just came out. So you just watch that. No, like, so I went ahead and not did the reading, but I told Tara and Tammy, like, I felt like I just wanted to go ahead and say, and I said, again, I had marked everything out because, again, she was found, so, but yeah, I got planned. I don't know if rope was used, but they gave the word rope out. I said, again, poorly hidden, so early they knew, regular routes. And I don't know if she was within 2 miles from the school. I got 2 mile radius. I don't know how far the building was from the school. And then again, not the first. And then she did give the word connection. And I think that might be, Emily, where you're asking about the connection to maybe the family. But I think the connection
was square.
I see. But I think the connection she was talking about was like, because she put why and how to connected. And I think what she meant was like, how could he have been connected to all of these things and still got out and this happened? You know what I mean? That's how I felt like she meant it. So that's just my take on the information that I got. I know Connor is wanting to show everybody everything. It's like, nobody cares about your reading. Here's a W. Like, let's learn our alphabet.
Yeah, he was saying that.
But yeah, I did get connection though, Emily. And I think a few other people probably did too. But again, I think it was connections to past crimes, almost in a shock. Like, how could this have happened? Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. That he did. It was a male lawyer, correct? I mean, we can look into that if you want. Let me see. Do you remember the male lawyer's name? I mean, if you don't, that's okay. I don't need it. But I can see if that male connection, because that would even be more of like a confirmation. Again, I do feel he was high and kind of did it on a whim. Now, he might have known of these people from there, but we'll kind of see. We'll see if that has anything to do with it. Because he had kidnapped a lawyer. I don't remember the last name started with it. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. Does this male lawyer have anything to do with the connection? That could be the connection she's talking about, too, because it seems like a huge. That's what I'm saying. There seems like there's connections, but not directly to her having money, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't realize how much money was behind her. But I still don't even feel like he really even realized who she was. And that could have been because he was high. I feel like he was high. And Knight of Swords in reverse would kind of show me no. I don't think he realized. And I don't know how small this town. I know it's Memphis, Tennessee. I've never been to Memphis. I don't know how small it is. But with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's kind of showing me a little bit. I'm going to pull some more to see. Did he know Eliza because of this other lawyer? I do feel like now I'm not going to say, I do not think it was for money, but I don't think it's connected. Like I said, it's connected. They do know each other. Those lawyers. I don't think he realized when he took her, she was connected to that group, though. Because again, I feel like he would have asked for the money, or he would have found somebody to ask for that money. And he went and kind of cleaned off very sloppily, I believe, at his brother's house and people like that, So again, if it was for hire, I feel like it would have been, especially with as much money as was behind her, if it was somebody that set her up, to get taken because of the money, I feel like they would have given him better means to kind of get away with stuff. But I think the coincidence is that they happen to, be in the same law firm type thing, like you were saying. Hey, Tammy. I think I said it. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I thought I did. It is weird. I agree. It is weird. So like I said, I'm not going to I will say 80% sure that it wasn't for hire. I do think because of the area he was scouting, it happened to be somebody that was connected to this law firm. But again, I don't know how big Memphis is. I really don't. So, hey, All Access Media, how are you? I always say everybody's name backwards. I really think I am like...
All Media Access, dyslexic.
Yeah, I think I'm dyslexic or something. I say shit backwards all the time. How are you doing, though, Jay and Tammy? So what do you think has gone on between the Eliza and updates on Kiely's case, Jay and Tammy? And then, of course, Emily, too, if there's anything else that you want to look into. That again, I do think, obviously that connection to the law firm was, again, I hate to say, I don't, coincidence, because I really don't believe in coincidences, but I believe for the area that he abducted her in, it was just a high-end area, and they happened to be connected in that way. But again, as far as the money, I think if it was for money, he would have came forward a lot sooner to claim that money, or somebody else would have.
Or tried to come in.
Well, somebody else would have.
Yeah.
So, I think that I feel like it's a small town. I don't know if it is that small, though.
Well,
I've never been to Memphis, Tennessee. I would think it's not huge.
It's not huge. No.
Yeah.
It's bigger. And
I guess it would depend on how big that law firm there is, too. Because if it's one of the biggest ones, I would think it's probably used the most.
No.
I don't know which law firm it was.
I don't know what type of law they practice either.
Have they released her autopsy yet? Does anybody know as far as, like, her actual toxicology? Because I saw some video that somebody posted the other day, and they said that she didn't even die the same day they're saying she died now. So now this is getting a little bit like... Yeah, it's definitely a homicide.
Yeah.
I think it's a homicide. I don't...
How could it not be?
Because they're going to say it happened during...
Well, yeah, I get
but
that.
the thing is, like, she was pushed into the water.
Yeah.
Like, all these...
Where she
I was telling Tara that I kept seeing traffic lights, and I was like, would that... Because Tara's been to a lot of these camping areas, and I was like, It's weird. I was like, I feel like I'm stuck in traffic. And then, like, I found out later there was, like, a mass exit at, like, 12:30.
Yeah.
So you would see... And then I told her, I feel like I almost want to, like, cut the wheel for some reason and, like, jump the line and go a different direction. So whoever was driving, I feel like that's what they did. Because I feel like I'm stuck in traffic. But there's no traffic out there. So that would have to be the mass exit.
Yeah. Her mom doesn't want it to be released. She's fighting for it to be made public.
The mom's fighting for it to be...
Who's fighting for it to be made public?
I think she's talking about Kylie's mom.
Oh, okay.
So her mom doesn't want it released, or she does?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, Tammy. Her mom wants to keep it a secret, or her mom wants people to know? Because I would think she does not want it to be released. Okay. Does anybody... When did she say that? Do you know, Tammy?
Connor, stop, man. Hey, come on. Find your room. You only have one remote.
And also, if y'all haven't checked out All Media Access News' channel or Tammy's channel is Through the Looking Glass Tarot. So if y'all haven't checked those out, Tammy, I think Chief's not with his... Can you drop the links for Tammy and Access and Jay's channel? So you just go to like his page. Just click his profile picture. All Access. And then just click his up there, share. And then drop it. So I'm gonna put and then go to Tammy's channel when you're done, do the same thing. So I'm gonna drop Jay's channel for All Access Media News. Unless I'm saying it backwards again. If I am, I'm so sorry. But yeah, check out his channel and then check out Tammy's channel. She also does tarot readings, and then Jay updates on the news and other stuff that's going on. Yeah, I heard that her laptop and stuff was in the car. I don't know if that stuff I heard some stuff was in the car that shouldn't have been that wouldn't normally be in a car. But again, you know, everybody has different stuff in their car. I mean, I feel like they're probably going to try to do the accident thing too. And that's why Tara and I were talking about like and hi, Pamela. It's nice to see you. Yeah, Tara and I were talking about Sammy possibly being taken in and questioned and possibly giving up other people. But in the long run, I don't feel like anybody's actually going to do long-term time for this or anything. Like, it might be dragged out a little bit, or it might be looked heavily at kind of behind the scenes, but I don't think we're going to know a lot. Hello, Tom. How are you? And thank you for joining us.
You all right, bud?
What's wrong?
What's up, buddy?
You need Daddy's help with the book?
Come on. You want the W?
Yeah.
All right. You just want to cut out?
What they found, is that the laptop and stuff they said, Tara, that fell out of the car? Well, I saw I did actually watch Adventures with a Purpose the video where they kind of like looked at the license plate, and I watched them kind of circle the car and then come back up. I saw where they focused in where there was supposed to be like a little thing of like a joint roller paper, but that's the only thing that I saw video wise. I heard in another video, but I don't know like where it was found, like you said exactly, but like I think Tara said, yeah, the laptop in a bag or something was found somewhere, which is odd. I mean, again, I don't usually take my laptops and things like that to parties, but again, if she was traveling to her friends and she was going to go stay with a friend, maybe she would have. I don't know. I just know with phones these days, most of the time you'll take a tablet or something like that, so I don't know. Again, they didn't want the laptop, so the police didn't even take that stuff, Tammy, or they just, you think, acted like they didn't want it and took it? Because I think they still probably took it. They probably just told them they didn't give a crap. I just thought it was odd. Again, I can't predict what a 16-year-old's going to do. I know I couldn't predict what I was going to do when I was 16-year-old from 1 minute to the next. So I'm not going to judge that as far as her having the laptop and all those things on her. But I thought it was weird that it was found, later. A guy found it this week, but it was all an Adventures Purpose video in the car. Okay. I got it now, Tara. Okay. And they didn't want it still? That's interesting. There was a Truly. Oh, okay. I did see that, I think, Tammy. There was a Truly drink, and there was... They said they did not want it, so it was given to the family. Yeah, that's weird. That they wouldn't want that. Why wouldn't you want that? Anything found when someone's passed or deceased should be given to the cops no matter what. But again, I mean, if her family doesn't want it looked into, then I guess they just probably asked for it back. I don't know. Maybe they just want it to be done. It's not like saying like it's right, but it's hard enough to lose a child. Maybe they just don't want to go into it no more. Maybe they just want to, I don't want to say believe that that's what happened, but I mean, if it's easier for them at the moment to get through, maybe that's what's going on right now. That doesn't mean that later down the line it won't be reassessed. Yeah, especially if they didn't care about it. See, I didn't know they didn't take that's what I'm saying. I'll read some stuff but I take a little bit out of here and there. And I didn't see that they didn't take the laptop. What I read made it sound like they had found the laptop or something later on and had seized it. So I didn't know they didn't even want it. So yeah, if they didn't even want it, this is something that's going to be definitely closed down. Yeah, that's true, Tammy. I didn't even know you could do that, though, to be honest, Tammy. Out of all the cases I've seen where cars have been pulled out of water, I didn't know you could net the car. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying. It might just be the thing now. They're like, our daughter's passed. We don't know what, we just want her to be at peace if whatever happened and move forward. I think that maybe they don't want to go through the motions anymore, because they waited 2 weeks to find her to begin with, and so who wants to think that somebody set your kid up and pushed them into the lake? Nobody. So, yeah, I agree. It's like a Watts kind of thing. It's kind of like, but then people are never going to stop talking about it because nobody has no answers to it is the problem. Yeah, the Watts situation, I can watch like someone open a Watts page like overnight and it'll just be like, boom, like overnight. And it's like, that was in like 2018. And it's the same stuff. All they're doing is pulling Facebook videos and things like you've already seen. And And of course it was a horrible thing. I just can't believe that people are, I don't know. You would think you just want it to stop already at that point. And again, we are talking about some of this stuff, but I mean, with the Watts page, I mean, you see a new page pop up every day dedicated to it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, new people in it. But I mean, it was in 2018, so you kind of thought they would have jumped on that in 2018 or 2019. Yeah, everybody deserves their peace. So that's what I'm saying. If that's how their families choose to have their peace, then I respect that. Oh, I thought AWP was the one that pulled it out. I didn't know they had somebody else pull it out. Oh, I'm sure. Again, people being connected to legal systems and money talks. So if that's what Sammy's parents are, connected somehow, and they know what loops and holes and everything around stuff, then it's kind of, yeah, see, I didn't, because I saw where they said call the authorities and then they were just pulled. I didn't know. Does AWP usually pull the cars out themselves in videos out of curiosity? Because honestly, I don't usually watch it that much. Just because like I have a really short attention span, and so I have to like skip forward. They would normally let them, and they wouldn't let them. So yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I wonder if do they normally also? And again, I don't know. This is just a question. If y'all normally watch AWP, if they find a car that looks suspicious and they call for authorities, do the authorities still let them take the car out, or do the authorities take that process over? If y'all normally watch AWP like that. Okay. So in current cases, they wouldn't be the one to pull the car out. Okay. Yeah, so that would have to be more, maybe too, because it was so high profile. And like you're saying, some of those cases were maybe cold cases. So a lot of their family members are probably just at that point wanting the recovery, not so much. I mean, I guess you would always want answers. I don't want to say anything that's like ignorant, to be completely honest.
No.
I mean, you'd always want answers, but if someone's missing for 40 years
No.
and then you find the car, you're probably just relieved to find the car.
No.
Whereas this girl's been missing for 2 weeks, so you're like,
no.
Call, you know what I mean?
And especially being as young as she was.
Yeah, it was so high profile, so that might have been why they did that. Okay, yeah, see, I didn't know what kind of, I know I had seen them do like cold cases. So as I was saying, that's why I figured, you know, maybe in that case is why they wouldn't do that. Yeah. So different circumstances. But I mean, he still did come up right away and was like, call the authorities. So something wasn't right because. Yeah. But again, it was active. So.
We got a little.
Connor singing the ABC.
Singer in there. When no one's paying attention, he sings his little heart out, and he's actually really good.
Did you get to have any questions, or did you get to look into Eliza's case, Tammy? I'm not sure if we talked about that yet since you've been in here. I know we started talking about it early.
Yeah, Connor's.
I know.
Yeah, he's. He's a funny one.
A lot of personality.
Big personality.
But do y'all have any other cases y'all are interested in? Because again, I'm gonna start doing cases again and trying to at least upload one case a week. So, like I said, I have had like 2 separate cases and then 2 that I'm interested in doing on my own. So for the next month.
Sammy said the Jolessa Fuentes.
Yeah, I've heard of that case. I'll have to look at, where do you see it? I don't see where she wrote it.
It's right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
They got a lot of overwhelming requests for them to go look for her. I know. They looked for Jolessa Fuentes. I heard of Jolessa Fuentes, but thank you, Tara. I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I know I was gone for quite a while. But I mean, I needed, like I said, kind of in the past to kind of just okay, I see it. Kind of just take some breaks and get balanced back. But I feel better now. It's been a busy year. Yeah, I do whatever. I actually prefer cold cases, Pamela. I mean, not prefer. I like all my cases. But I connect a lot to cold cases. Most of the time, I connect to deceased cases very well. So most of the time when you're looking at cold cases, they're usually deceased. So I'm usually very good at that. I pick up on dead people a lot better than live people. So... Okay, so I'll look for... So they haven't found Jolessa, though, then, correct, Tammy? Because you're saying she's been missing. I just want to make sure, because I know I've seen a few channels do readings on her, but I wasn't sure if they found her yet or not. So I'm going to write her name down. And again, I have a serial killer, 2 creepy houses coming up, and another cold case. Well, not a cold case. Her body's missing, but the person's been convicted. What was the funny comment?
Tara.
What'd she say?
Listen to the tea party.
Tara. Okay, so I'll look into the Jolessa case, Tammy. And then... Again, I have Kelsey. I think it's Kelsey Schilling. That was a request. Like I said, again, her murderer has been convicted, but her body's not been found. And thank you. I missed y'all so much. I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I'm probably going to start spending most of my time here again, to be honest. I want to go back to where I started. I missed it being here. So, okay. So a case that's really been bothering me is a murder. Katie.
And her dog, Bowie.
And her dog?
Bowie.
They killed her dog?
Last Joey, her and her dog were brutally stabbed.
Aw. I'll definitely look into that one, Emily. Goodness. And again, thank y'all all. You're welcome. Thank you for the request. Again, I kind of look up stuff. Most of the time, like I was telling Tara, if y'all ever have requests or just cases y'all are curious of, just drop it in the comment section and I will be more than happy to look into it. I just don't normally look at stuff unless it pops up in front of me or somebody tells me about it. And that's usually my cue to look. So, like, even that's why I was kind of upset I didn't get to do the Eliza Fletcher case because my back had been hurting me because I kept seeing, like, I barely ever see the name Eliza anywhere, and I kept seeing the name Eliza everywhere. And so that morning I got up and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, but let me look first. And then they had found her. So I was like, I'm not going to do it then, But let's see. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just writing it down real quick for the chat moves it. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Oh, I've been married for 27 months. Damn, 27 months.
What?
Was it like 2.5 years?
Oh, yeah.
Go Tammy. Love you. We'll have to do a little 3-way StreamYard between me, you, and Tara pretty soon. Catch up. I don't even think I have my Patreon page open anymore either. I think I closed that too, if I remember right. Oh, I will be happily stuck with you for the rest of my life. I just want to chatter for 26 years. That's funny. I used to talk so much that I got told to shut up a lot when I was little. Like a whole lot. It's funny because I didn't talk till I was almost 5. And then once I started talking, they were like, can you please stop? And I'm like, no. Like, I've been holding this shit in for 5 years. I'm going to talk as much as I want. Yeah. Seriously. They're like, oh, you didn't talk. We were so worried. And then, like, when I started talking, they're like, shut up, Megan. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, they're like, shut up. And I was like, yeah, fine. Go talk to people who can only type back. I'm going to go talk to people who can only type back or just completely ignore me then. Yes, I will give you notice for the stream. And then also, Tara, we need to get together. And I don't know if Pamela and everybody else saw. And Tammy. Oh, Tammy, I wish you were closer. We're going to go to the killing fields. Right?
Yes, we are.
Yes. The gift of gab.
Do it live.
Yeah, I got the gift of... You know what's funny is I never felt like I had the gift of gab until I get on here.
Yeah, and then...
Do I ever talk like this most of the time? No, he's the talker, and I just sit there and I'm like... I'm like, whatever he said.
But then you kind of roll with the flow of me, though. If we go out.
Well, yeah, he starts it, and then I roll with it. But, yeah, I'm pretty, like, nervous, awkward at first. What is that? Springfield 3, Missouri.
No, I did not.
What is it? I'm going to take a break real quick, and I will be back in, like, 1 minute. So talk to her about that, because I don't know what that is.
Yes. May I get the info in the chat box, Pamela? I saw this put at Springfield, Missouri earlier. Yeah, I see that you said you do older, asked if you do older cases, like, 30, 40 years old. And I asked what particular case that you wanted.
Are you and Pamela talking about the family y'all started in Missouri behind my
back? No,
not
that one. Yeah, I just saw, after that, Pamela, I saw, okay, we'll describe a little for you. And LOL, that was a funny comment. And the next one is Springfield, Missouri. And then I don't see any. I've been a chatter for 26 years.
What?
So I know, Pamela, I don't see anything in while I scroll up about the
what is it?
The info on the Springfield 3, the Missouri.
I have the West Memphis 3, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
Thank you, Pamela.
Yeah, I have the West Memphis 3 I already did. I don't know if that's the same thing. That doesn't sound the same. I don't think Memphis, that's Tennessee, so it's not the same thing. All I'm saying, the only 3 I've heard of so far is the West Memphis 3, and I have that up. Yes, Tammy, we'll come pick you up. You know what? We should go down there. Tammy's in Louisiana.
Yeah, I know.
All the fun stuff's in Louisiana for readers. Why don't we do that, Tammy? We should do that, Tara. We'll drive to Tara's house, and Chris and Gus will drive us to Louisiana so that we can go hang out with Tammy, and then we'll all come back together. Oh, it might have. Yeah, I don't know if that would work, but yeah, I do have a strictness level on like how
I thought it would notify. But
I don't know if that's. I thought it was just comments, but
6
it might be.
6 hours from Houston. That's not that far.
No, it's not.
No, I don't know.
We drove there for him. Like, yeah, we can drive there. Yeah, the guys will drive us, but we'll drive. I want to go to Louisiana, and Tammy's gonna know all the cool spots to go to.
Pamela, I'm still waiting.
And you know what cool spots I want to go to, Tammy? They got a good one on. It's gonna sound slutty. I was gonna say they got a good one on every corner in Louisiana, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though, right? Does everybody know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that kind of one on the corner. But they probably have that too. We have that here.
Not good ones.
Not good ones. Yeah, Bourbon Street. The last time I went to Louisiana, I was like 9. I couldn't do shit for fun. And I was watching my cousin who was like 6. I think that was New Orleans. I don't even know. Yeah, it's not letting her type it. Hey, Truth for Reality. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I saw you releasing some new content lately. And if y'all haven't checked out Truth for Reality, please do. He has a wonderful channel. We collabed on, I believe it was Jodi Arias, a while back. So a while back now. I think that was about a year or 2 ago almost. But he's always releases amazing content, great documentaries. So like I said, it is crime, things like that. He also did Kanika Jenkins and you're going to do that one over? Okay. I know there was Kendrick, but I can't remember what his last name was. I also did videos on both of them too. But again, he has great documentaries and things put together of true crime. So if y'all of course, y'all love that stuff.
Last we got was okay, we'll tap again, and then you put then disappeared and then didn't get it again. So no, we haven't gotten again, Pamela.
Do you have just the names attached to it, Pamela? There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
June 7th, 1992. The Springfield Three went missing.
So what cases are you looking into right now, Truth for Reality, besides anything interesting, anything new, cold cases? So June 7th, Springfield 3. Okay. I feel like I've done that.
I don't know. We might have. We'll have to look into it. Just try and write it down.
Yeah, I'll look into it, Pamela. If I didn't do it, I will. And if I did, I will link it to this video and I'll tag you in it so that you can see it. I've just done so many readings for the last 2 years. Sometimes I forget. Oh, really? Did you find anything else out new about Harley Dilly? I was thinking about his case actually, like about 6 months ago. I was watching something and they had pulled up a lot. Yeah. I was going to say a lot changed with what I saw. I don't remember where I saw it. So I was thinking about kind of looking back into that too. I just didn't really, I wasn't sure, obviously, where to start on it. Because it was, a couple years ago now. I think 2 years ago now that happened. But I would definitely look up that too still.
So what, we got about 4 more
cases
that you've written?
Yeah. Sherry, Susie, Stacy. Okay, so I didn't do that one then. If it was girls, no, I didn't. So I'll do that one, Pamela. Okay. Yeah, I'm good at it. Sherry, Susie.
Yeah.
And Stacy.
Yeah.
You do Harmony? No, I haven't done Harmony Montgomery. I can do that though if you want Truth for Reality, and I can send it to you first if you want to check it out, because I know sometimes we've done that in the past. So I'm going to put my email on my about section soon, and if not, yeah, you're welcome, of course. Anytime you ever need anything, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to look into it for you. So Susie, Stacy. Let me switch over to one page. Harmony. I have heard of her name though. Was she young? She was a young girl. Truth for Reality. I feel like she was young for some reason. Yeah, like under double digits, like under 10 or around that age. Harmony. Okay. Was Harmony her stepmom? Yeah, I think it was around the time of Gannon. Which actually that's supposed to be coming up soon, but I don't know how much I can get into Gannon's case. That's a hard case for me to follow. Because from whenever she was 7. Okay, yeah. So I feel like she's under double digits. Okay. So trying to think. Chief, drop your email and Weird Web in the box, please. So I'm going to have an email dropped in here, and this is what y'all can email me under when you want readings, as far as like, personal readings or kind of like, creators, how we collab, things like that. The Weird Web Productions email. So if they want to get readings or they just want to connect with me for cases, will you just drop that email for them? So I'm going to have him drop the email so that, and then I will email you Truth for Reality for the Harmony Montgomery case, and I will send you the video when I'm done with it, and we'll go from there. Her father was the last one with her. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Chief dropped that email. So again, if y'all want personal readings, if y'all want me to look into a case, anything like that, you can always send it there, and I will get with y'all. And then, of course, everybody else's I will do as well. And then if y'all like, I can release them as premieres too, so we can chat live time during it. It's a lot easier for me to do that, as far as being able to chat with y'all versus always being able to read and chat at the same time, because then I miss people's questions, things like that. But you're very welcome, Pamela.
A 70s phone.
It's over there. It just had to cool off.
It's over there.
I got it.
All right. Got it. Good.
Will you drop the link for Truth for Reality's page too, please? So we're also going to drop the link for Truth for Reality next page. Again, if y'all haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Again, awesome documentaries, great detail, something you can like binge watch. So it's really good. You're welcome. Thank you for always being super sweet and supportive. I greatly appreciate it. So the link he just dropped is going to be Truth for Reality's page. Again, if you want to look for some true crime documentaries to binge on, there you go. And then, of course, if y'all have anything else cases-wise. But right now we have Harmony Montgomery, Katie Janess, I believe is how you pronounce it, the Springfield Three. I'm going to look back into Harley Dilly. So actually, I'm going to do both of those for you, Truth for Reality. I'll do the Harley Dilly and Harmony Montgomery. Send them to you both at the same time. Have you done, if you're still here, Kelsey Schilling, Truth for Reality? I believe it's Kelsey Schilling. The guy was... No? Okay. Because her body hadn't been found, but the guy actually has already been charged for her murder in jail. And I think it's life. I'm pretty sure it's life. But they can't find her body. So I'm going to see if I can find any information about that. Or how maybe she was disposed of. Something of that sort. And then we have Jalessa Fuentes. So... we have quite a few ones. And then again, I was telling them I'm going to do Amityville just because I'm interested in that. And then I'm doing another serial killer that you don't hear very much about. So. And again, I said the quote from the serial killer earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and say this is why I wanted to read into his case because of these quotes. He was released 20 years after he was sentenced for killing 300 people. Well, at least 150. He admitted to 300. They think there's more. He was released on good behavior after 20 years, but he went missing for 20 years. So he said the moment of death is enthralling and exciting only to those who actually kill know what I mean. When I'm released, I will feel that moment again, which they released him on good behavior after that statement before going into jail. And again, he said he always looked for his victims in the daylight so he could have better views of them when they die. He enjoyed looking into their eyes while he choked them to death. He even claimed to have tea parties with these individuals. He would sit them up like he was at the table with them and then bury them when they were done. So that is something that I thought would be really interesting to do. And again, most of his victims were between the age of 8 to 12. The other were also Native American women. So it was like half children and half Native American women. So I thought it would be an interesting case, especially because like nobody knows where he is for 20 years since then. Now I do get he's killed people since then, but I was saying earlier, I don't feel he's mentally there no more to be able to maybe do that. The Little Things, I haven't seen that. It might be Truth for Reality because I said with as many murders as he did, I'm pretty sure somebody probably picked it up at some point. But I'll have to check it out. So I'm going to write that down too with this. And thank you for letting me know. So I'll look into that. Because, yeah, I thought it was a really good case. So they said you hear about Ted Bundy, you hear about Charles Manson, but you don't hear much about, like, someone who killed. That's like there was another one. I want to say his name was, like, something Little, Samuel Little. I don't know if, who else has heard of him. He's killed many people, like, lots more than some of these others. So you just don't hear of some of them, and it's very interesting. Hello, Renee. How are you? Yeah, text me, Tammy. Let me know. I'll help you. I'm down. Yeah. And is that 70 cold cases that you've done so far? Truth for Reality? I love old cases. Like I said, I don't mind, Courtney, new cases. Samuel Little. Okay, yeah. Oh, 17. I'm sorry. You meant, yes, Samuel Little. I did do a reading on Samuel Little. Now, again, because most people don't know about him, it wasn't very viewed. But he did a lot of stuff. So, if you're interested in looking at, I think I have him in probably cold case murder files playlist, one of those. But I definitely did Samuel Little, like Truth for Reality said. And yeah, over 70 confirmed cases of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the ones that they did know of. So that's what I'm saying. Like you hear of, like, again, Ted Bundy, all these other people. And it's like, no, there's some that are way, like H.H. Holmes is one that I did. He had the murder mansion. Like he hid people in walls. And actually I had to sage the hell out of my house for like a week because of it, because I was having like all this weird stuff going on. Yeah, just let me know what cases you want to look to. Like I said, now I will probably release a case like weekly unless I can get one or like more of them done. But they will all, I will get to them. Of course, Courtney. I'm glad y'all could all join us. I'm so sorry that it's been such a long time since I've been able to be on here. But things happen. We all need a reflection break. So yeah, we'll be doing those cases y'all requested. And I said, again, I will send those to you, Truth for Reality, and then you can look at them and then we'll release them. The other ones I will get to, I said, within this month. I said, I will try to do 2 a week, possibly. I said, but 1 a week for sure. And again, I'm taking back on private readings if that's things y'all want for yourselves or family members or friends, things like that. So, but does anybody have like any other cases? I know Courtney had asked about old cases. So do you have an old case that you're interested in, Courtney? Like a specific one? I do have a cold case file playlist too. So there's a lot of stuff in there. And I will link it in the description when we're done. Yeah, and then Chief is dropping the email link, again, for any questions or case requests. If you can see. Okay. I haven't heard of that one, so I'll be happy to look into it. Courtney. So just 1 second. Okay. So, Bill. Now, were they part of like a possible murder like spree, or was this an individual case, Courtney? Just out of curiosity. I mean, either way, I'm going to look it up. I feel it's connected to other murders. So that's what I kind of ask. I don't know if there was possibly other murders connected to them or if this was something they felt was single. Like, it just happened to happen to them. And it wasn't like a serial killer type situation or anything like that. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, it's just been a busy year. A lot of stuff going on. It's actually gone way quicker than I expected. I couldn't believe it's already getting into October almost. My other son's birthday. I just had my birthday and Andrew's birthday last month. And then my other son's birthday is next month. And then we're pretty much at the end of the year. So went by quick, 2022. I guess that's good though, right? Better than going by slow and shitty. So... Whoops. But yeah, I wrote that down though for you, Courtney. And then if anybody else has any requests, we can do that. You come in. If anybody wants to do any type of other readings on anything else, like kind of just brief reads, we can do that, like mini reads. If not, then I guess I'll kind of get ready to sign out pretty soon. Because I do have a few cases to look up now. But if y'all want to do like any mini reads or something like that, or just kind of have still questions on any cases y'all are interested in, y'all can go ahead and ask that. Sorry, I don't make like a whole like agenda to talk about. You want to do individual? We can do individual mini reads if y'all want. I'm fine with that. I said I got at least another 30 minutes. Okay. Oh, you're talking about individual as them. Okay. So I'm going to put individual for now next to it, Courtney. And then I'll see what I get for that. But you said it's a cold case, right? That, to your knowledge, I believe. Let me see. Or old case. Okay, suspicious deaths, but not connected yet. Okay. So we'll look at that. I feel like some might be connected, but only by obviously the perpetrator, not by the people involved. And if there's anything else y'all want to look at, let me know. If y'all want to do any mini reads for y'all's individual selves, we can do that too really quick. Like I said, just let me know what y'all want to do. And now we're on like an hour and 30. Do you have any questions you want to ask?
No.
Okay. One classified as suicide. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. I know. As I was telling Chief, I was like, I really don't have like a bullet point outline of what I'm going to go through, but it's usually like I kind of just go off of like whatever y'all want to do, what questions y'all have, whatever readings I release, and then I kind of just go from there. But it's been such a pleasure talking to all of y'all. I know it's been such a long time, so I do apologize for that. But I will start getting back to, like I said again, doing the weekly uploads and then obviously private, like I said again, private readings. If y'all want to do that, that link is dropped the email in the chat box. And then it will also be added to the about section. Also in the about section is a link to the Facebook page for Southern Soul Tarot. So if you go to that, you can also book your private readings if you're interested in doing that for your friends, family, yourself. But it was good to see everyone, and I will get to work looking up all those cases for y'all because, again, I've missed everyone, and I've missed being here with y'all. I said I wanted to come back to where I started. So, an old case, yeah. Okay. All right. So, I have that down, Courtney, for you. So, I will look into that. But I want to thank y'all for joining me. It's been a pleasure speaking to y'all. So if anything, I believe it was a wrongful conviction. Okay. So let me just add that really quick since there was a conviction. So one was murdered, one was suicide, but there was a wrongful conviction? So there was 3 people then, right? Because if one was murdered, one killed himself, who got convicted? Huh. Okay. So I'll look at that. And you're welcome, Tara and everybody. Like I said, and again, thank y'all. I greatly appreciate y'all joining me, giving me y'all's cases, whatever y'all are interested in. Again, we will look that up. I will get them out, and I will get with y'all really soon on that. So I'm going to start doing a live again. I will try to do a live weekly. If not, it'll probably be every other week, and I'm going to try to set it for like a Saturday or Sunday usually. So, and it'll probably be around the same time. Like I'll probably always do about 1 p.m. So again, if y'all are interested to join us in the future live so that y'all can engage as far as asking any questions about cases you're wondering about and submitting any cases you want to know about, just let me know. As far as, hitting the subscribe bar, notification bell, it will let you know when we go live. It'll also let you know when I upload videos, so that way you can go ahead and interact if you want to do so. So you're very welcome. And then Tammy, when are you doing your next live? Are you going to do one soon, or you don't have one planned yet? We need a collab still. And thank you, Chief Wisdom. You look beautiful too. You're welcome, Courtney. Thank you. Next Saturday. Cool. So just send me the link whenever you go live, and then we will be there. And again, if y'all haven't checked out Tammy's channel, it's at the Looking Glass Tarot. So Chief will drop that link one more time before we sign out, and then we will be doing, or she will be doing, a live Saturday or Sunday possibly. And but if not, just go ahead and hop over, subscribe to her, hit that notification bell, and it will let you know when she does. So yeah, it's just because of the monetization thing, Tammy, which sucks. That's why. But actually, mine doesn't even tell everybody, I don't think. So, but I do think that has a little bit to do with it. So, but y'all have a good day, and I love y'all. It was good talking to each and every one of you. And y'all take care. Again, the email's in here if y'all need anything. And until then, I will talk to you soon. So y'all have a good day. Bye. Love y'all too. Bye. You're welcome, Tom. It was nice seeing you here. Oh, push end.